responded to a Facebook message as to just coming together with no answers, but just discussing. And we started off theoretical, and by the end of our meeting, we were wishing that we could do something in a form of an action on this day where there was a call for a national movement and action. My faith plays a role, yes, because I believe that Jesus was someone who told us to respond to and act in ways to support those who were oppressed. And we feel that over the years since Europeans have come to Canada, that the Indigenous persons here have been oppressed.
Vernon Gott from Sabatuyak Cree Nation. Do people will learn about the laws, like people in general, like on this side of Tuxedo, they don't know. And our kids in these two universities here, to let them know that that we were here for a long time, and they made treaty rights, and they're trying to abolish them slowly. They're taking out stuff. I live a good life today, and I want my kids to have a good life, not the way I was brought up.
It is unjust what the Bill C-45 is trying to do, and it's been many years of oppression on the First Nations people that needs to be corrected by myself, but by the government especially.
My name is Neil Von Gunton, former Mennonite Church Canada Native Ministries and long-time staff. And back in the 1875 when they made treaties, you had 58 nations. The government has since then divided it into 600 and some reserves. And it's hard to have unity. We're hoping this brings about unity for not all Indigenous peoples, but all Canadians. I feel that it's my duty as a Christian to encourage justices across the country where there's so much injustice. And we need to begin to open our eyes to what's going on around us and not just live in tunnel vision in this country anymore.
Zongare Nelson. I'm a Baju Zongare Indigenous, Baju Nudam, Nishu Badeo, Zongare Anishinaabe and Now. I'm a treaty nation, Rosa River First Nation. I've come to support you guys and in your support of Teresa Spence and the I Don't Know More movement. This bill affects us all. There's 2 million bodies of water that were protected. Now we're down to like 2,000, and it's bad for everybody.
I'm Elisa Ledeski. I'm part Shoshone. I've personally seen a lot of racist comments and a lot of racist feedback with the I Don't Know More movement, and that really breaks my heart because we're out here today with all kinds of backgrounds, not Indigenous roots for the most part, trying to show solidarity because like these issues affect us all. We're all God's people, and creation was important to all of us. Not of Mennonite descent, but I've gone to school at CMU and absolutely have been affected by the peace and justice teachings, and feel strongly that, like, as a Christ follower, we're supposed to hopefully live out the gospel, and sometimes that means shaking things up a little bit.
Kenton Loby. I'm on Canadian Mennonite University. I teach there part-time. I'm here to acknowledge my place as a settler on this land, which is First Nations land and treaty land, and to take my place as a treaty person and to explore what that relationship might be. To be in solidarity with the I Don't Know More, particularly the Indigenous youth who are leading it so courageously and peacefully, and to provide students here at the university an opportunity to experience the broader world and to acknowledge their place here as treaty people as well. As a person of faith, we have a long history in colonization, and for Mennonites, my ancestors came here just after Treaty 1 was signed and settled on the southern or the western reserve out by Winkler and Altona. And to acknowledge that property deed and that privilegium that we got from the government in 1870s in order to migrate here from Russia was a privilege from somewhere. And so as a person of faith, I have to take that relationship seriously. That relationship with the peoples from whom we took that land. So that would, I think that notion of relationship and doing that with integrity is where my faith really comes in.
My name is Steve Heinrichs, and I work for Mennonite Church Canada as the Indigenous Relations Director. I'm just so delighted to see the turnout that's here, the positive spirit, the wonderful signs that are out here, better than mine, that are saying, look, this is all interconnected. This is for the good of everyone. If we see better relationships between Indigenous and settler peoples, this will bless everyone. I follow one who walked with those whose voice was being suppressed by larger powers in the day. So this is part of my Jesus faith, that I be here to stand alongside those who have been pushed to the sides in this land. And so I see Indigenous peoples crying out and saying, we want something that's more mutual and more fair, and I support that, because that's what Jesus, I think, would want too.
It was really wonderful on my reserve, because when I was really young, the Mennonite people were there, and there was couples, and they were learning about us, and they were coming to meet us, and I really enjoyed them because they participated and they joined us in whatever we were doing and whatever we were creating, and they were also learning. It didn't seem like they came there and thought they knew everything, and they learned how to go in the bush and be in a canoe and different things like that, and also they talked to us, which is a really rare thing. They talked to us as people, and they looked us in the eye, and they weren't our bosses, and it was a really good relationship. And plus we got to have friends. When they went home, we still were their friends. They didn't disappear. I really like that.